February is just around the corner and it's bringing some big games with it.
Yeah, we're not even in the spring yet and we're already getting some sweet games to play through, so let's go.
For sure, games like Yakuza Remastered Collection, which will celebrate its physical release next month. The Yakuza games are part of an action-adventure beat-em-up video game franchise by Sega. The Yakuza are members of a crime syndicate from Japan, and the games were created around their way of life. From there, the series was born.
Well, a few years back, we had Yakuza Kiwami and Yakuza Kiwami 2, which were remakes of Yakuza 1 and 2. So luckily for Yakuza fans out here in the West, the Yakuza collection features Yakuza 3, 4, and 5 beautifully remastered and even better than ever.
Another cool thing is that the games have had their scripts worked over and in some places completely overhauled to improve the translation. And each of the games will also get a visual upgrade, taking them from an okay 720p 30 FPS to a breathtaking 1080p 60 FPS.
Yeah, because originally Yakuza 3, 4, and 5 were released in Japan for the PlayStation 3 in 2009, 2010, and 2012. So this remaster collection will bring a brand new look on the current gen consoles with the games that were thoroughly enjoyed the first time around.
Well, playing games is super fun, but how about a game that lets you make games? Right? Let's talk a little bit about Dreams. Dreams is a game that lets you dig into the creative side of gaming. You can learn how to design your own games while animating, making music, drawing, and creating just about anything that you can imagine.
Yeah, so there are several modes to be played in Dreams. In Dream Surfing, you can browse or search for games to play, art to check out, or music to listen to. It's like an area to get an idea of what's possible to be made, like an indie showcase from other creators, who themselves are called dreamers.
Other modes include Dream Shaping and Community Jam. In Dream Shaping, you're in control, using an array of tools that allow you to create through sculpting, painting, making music, and more, which seems simple enough, right? Grab some trees and a little moonlight, and bam, a spooky forest. Add in some mechanics, and your game is ready to be played by other users that are dream surfing to find creations just like yours.
In Community Jam, creators are encouraged to create based on a specific theme. Other dreamers in-game vote on their favorites, and you never know. If you make something awesome, you may just be featured.
You know, I think making a game in any capacity would give you an idea of all the hard work the developers really go through to craft beautifully detailed games, right? Like, I don't know, the devs at Airship Syndicate, who are responsible for bringing us Darksiders Genesis. Darksiders Genesis is coming to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One this February, bringing players their first look into the world of Darksiders before the events of the original game.
Yes, Genesis is considered a spin-off prequel game in the Darksiders series, and it introduces the fourth horseman of the apocalypse, Strife, as the protagonist. The game plays differently than the first three by implementing a top-down action RPG style that kind of feels like Diablo.
Throughout the game, you'll be able to switch between Strife and his brother War at any time. Now, Strife uses pistols, and War uses his giant sword named Chaos Eater. Gameplay entails blasting angels and demons as you make your way through utter chaos. And after taking down enough enemies, you'll be allowed to use burst abilities, which allow you to kill enemies even quicker.
So the cool thing is for the first time in the history of this franchise, you'll be able to play co-op. That means online or on the couch. If you got a buddy you want to play with, then yes, you can do that. So instead of swapping back and forth between Strife and War, you and a friend can control them simultaneously. And bonus note for Darksiders fans, this is the first time that Strife is a playable character.
Which I can tell you everybody has been waiting for a very long time.
Time's up.
Well, from hack and slash, guns blazing, and sword swinging action, to fireballs and fist-to-face combat, let's hop into Street Fighter V Champion Edition. Street Fighter V has wowed everyone since the launch, from the amateur scene to the pro circuit, even making its way into ESPN.
The fighting game that everyone seems to know about is finally getting its Champion Edition. This special edition will include all content excluding the Fighting Chance and brand collaboration costumes and Capcom Pro Tour DLC. With that said, you'll be receiving every other piece of content that's dropped so far for Street Fighter V and the Street Fighter V Arcade Edition.
I mean, that's a lot of content previously released from the very start of the game up until now through the release of this title. There's a lot of DLC. People have paid a lot of money for this. So you're saving a lot by having 40 characters, 34 stages, and more than 200 costumes to choose from.
And in addition to the main game and the included characters, stages, and costumes, new V-skills for each character and a balance update
Even better.
will be coming your way, adding new improvements to gameplay and giving Street Fighter fans some new tech to discover.
When you pre-order Street Fighter V Champion Edition through GameStop, you'll receive a new costume color for each character. Online orders will receive the code by email, and if you're picking up in store, the code will be printed on your receipt.
Everyone has a lucky costume and color, I can tell you that right now. Listen, we can take this conversation right now from one series that began in 1987 to another, to get into it with some Mega Man, the Zero and ZX Legacy Collection. All right, Mega Man fans, I know you're out there. Where you at? Stand up. Sit back down. Zero fans, where are you at? This is what you need. If you weren't already a Mega Man fan, it's definitely worth checking out. The collection comes with 6 action-packed entries from the Mega Man series.
It features 2 series of games alongside a host of new features for both longtime fans and brand new players to enjoy. Included are all 4 Mega Man Zero games, Mega Man ZX and Mega Man ZX Advent. You better get your platforming shoes on.
Well, you'll get to join the Resistance as the beloved fan-favorite protagonist Zero, and set out to save Neo Arcadia by mastering some challenging and epic boss battles across all 4 games in the Mega Man Zero series. In ZX and ZX Advent, you are working to defend the innocent from Mavericks while discovering your destiny.
I mean, there's a lot of quality of life improvements included in this game, right? You have an all-new competitive rush mode, which is pretty good for speedrunning enthusiasts. There's a casual scenario mode, so if you're tired of seeing the game over screen, you won't see it that often. Helps you out a bit more. You got improved visuals, layout options, an in-game art gallery, and a music player for all the music across all 6 games.
I know you're gonna like that.
Yeah.
If you're interested in any of the games we mentioned and want to save some money in the process, don't forget you can trade in the games, accessories, systems, and tech you don't use anymore towards your purchase.
All right, GameStop TV is headed to a break, but we'll be right back. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was your New Year's resolution to watch more of us, so make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below, and we'll see you soon.